Well, if you are looking for something fresh and fancy to bring to the dinner table, a flatbread might just be right for you. Dina is standing by with a local chef that's got a taste of a delicious seasonal creation. Hi, Dina.
These look and smell delightful, Courtney. I'm so excited for this. So Andis Wines, they are out in Plymouth, California, and they are here joining us this morning to talk more about beautiful flatbreads that they offer, not only at the winery, but the chef is also going to talk about ways that you can do this at home and really impress your guests, which I love. You have family over and you're like, what am I going to do with you for an hour and a half to 2 hours? I don't want to make dinner anymore. Put them to work. Make them do it, right? So we have Chef Jason Clevenger and then Shannon Landis also from the tasting room joining us. Thanks so much for being in today.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Appreciate it. Yes. Okay. First, let's talk about these beautiful flatbreads. And you offer these at the winery, which is a very unique experience.
Yes, correct. Most of these items are being made from scratch for the flatbreads. I thought, a good meal for New Year's Eve would be surf and turf. So I came up with a steak flatbread and then a take on shrimp scampi here. And then we did a flatbread called our Holiday Cheer, which has a roasted butternut squash and mascarpone spread on there, some fontina cheese, little smoked blue cheese, some balsamic roasted cranberries, some pear compote, little peppered bacon, some crispy sage.
Jeez, you went all out. I love this.
And it's got to get the flavors going.
Exactly,
right?
Things that I wouldn't normally think would go on something like a flatbread. You think about these things individually as a meal, but what a fun way to serve it up and to dish it. And Shannon, I know for New Year's, we actually have some fun festive drinks with us this morning. So if you want to pop a little sparkly from the winery, talk about Andis and really the effort to try to make sure that not only is the space that people are going to visit beautiful, but the owners really wanted this to be a full-on experience where you get to taste a little yumminess with the wines and champagne.
You do. So I've brought a little bit of everything. I have our Sauvignon Blanc, so a great crisp, dry white wine. I just popped our sparkling. So this is sparkling Barbera, so rosé, a state-grown Barbera. We call it succulento, which is succulent in Italian.
Oh my goodness.
And this is great for New Year's, of course. Sparkling, bubbles, celebratory, and of course it goes wonderfully with surf and turf. I think bubbles goes great with everything.
Everything.
So, and then I've also brought a lighter red, our Grenache. So this is like similar to a Pinot.
Okay.
So we call Grenache the Pinot of the foothills. We're located in Amador County, in Plymouth, California. So rolling hills, warm. So this is a beautiful light red that would go great with the cranberries in this flatbread.
Yes.
And what we suggest is, like you were saying earlier, you can do these ahead of time, put them in the fridge, pull them out. They take like 7-8 minutes to bake, and wham bam, you've got your party going.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Okay, so you would prepare it, maybe keep it refrigerated, or have the guests help you put it together. And then how long did it need to go in the oven for?
This was like 425 for about 5 minutes.
That's it.
Yeah.
How lovely is that? Because people, when they get to a place, they want to eat. They're hungry.
Right.
So you know this isn't going to take too long.
And you're not worried about having something in the oven roasting for 3 hours, and is it going to be done?
Yes, yes, exactly. Well, okay, we talked about where you're located. How can people come out and have a tasting with you all? Should they make a reservation, or can they just show up?
You can make a reservation. You can also just show up.
Okay.
We have plenty of space. We have a really modern, lovely inside tasting room. So with the weather coming up, looking like we're going to have a little bit of rain, we'll host all of our tastings inside. You can taste through about 7-8 different wines. You can order a flatbread. We have charcuterie. We have really knowledgeable staff that can tell you all about our wines. And of course, you can buy wines to take home for the holidays and for New Year's.
I love it. Okay, we're out of time, but we get to keep you for another half hour. So coming up in the next segment, we're going to talk a little bit more about what they offer year-round and also into the new year. Chef, thank you so much. It smells delightful.
Welcome. My pleasure.
And Court, as we send it back to you, I might have to get just a little bite of one of these. Just a little bite. Plymouth, California. Andis, thank you so much for being in, both of you.
Enjoy your nosh. Thank you. Are you not sure about what to have for dinner? How about some delicious and easy to make flatbread? Oh, but wait, pair it with some wine. Dina's got all the details.
And you had me at wine. You actually had me at flatbread, and then you also had me at wine. Yes, good morning. Okay, so we are so excited to be featuring Andis Wines in this morning, and we have Shannon, the tasting room manager, and also Chef Jason with us to talk more about a special tasting experience that you can all get in on as of January 2nd. So by next week, right, Shannon? This is coming up.
So we figured everyone's doing a lot during the holidays, but maybe in January you still want to get out of the house and have a little bit of an experience.
Yes.
So we have a heritage Zinfandel tasting. We're in Amador County in Plymouth, California. We're known for Zinfandel.
Yes.
So what we have here is we're starting with a 2020 original Grand Pear, which original grandfather vineyard. It was planted in 1869.
Oh my
It's one of the
gosh.
oldest documented Zinfandel vineyards in California.
Wow.
We move on to Old Masoni Ranch. So pre-prohibition, so this is the history of Zinfandel as it goes down the line. So planted around 1910.
Wow.
Moving on to D'Estasio Vineyards, they're actually our neighbors. They are recognized as a historical vineyard by the Historical Vineyard Society.
So much history here.
So much history here. And then our baby in the group is our Zinfandel from Shake Ridge Ranch, planted in about 2003, but the property goes back to the 1800s.
Wow.
And they're one of the only vineyards in our area that really practices organic farming. So to me, this is kind of a history of Zinfandel and kind of where winemaking's going with the organic farming.
And wine has come so far in all of these decades, centuries really.
Right,
But yes,
exactly.
where it's going is very interesting. And also what's going in your belly, in addition to the wine, is the food pairing that is going to be associated with this.
So what we're doing is you're going to get this flight, and then Chef Jason has created a flatbread with 4 different sections. So one section for each wine.
All right, I'm going to make this fast here.
Okay.
So we've got a few different cheeses on here, like different cheese combinations on all 4. We have a steak, mushrooms, it has some caramelized onions that I finished with some Zinfandel. And then we have our fungi feast, sample of our fungi feast, which has some charred leeks, some roasted asparagus on there, about 5 types of mushrooms, and then our Italian picnic, which has copa, prosciutto, some mozzarella parmesan, and then this is Toscano salami, some green olives, and some roasted mushrooms. And then we'll pull this out, and then
I love how, first of all, this is all on one flatbread, and
One flatbread.
That's the lovely thing. We were talking about this before the break too. Is flatbread can be an elevated experience. It's not quite like having a full-blown steak dinner, but you can have little bits and little pieces that really help to complement the wine experience, which is exactly what you're trying to do.
Right. And so we're going to be doing this. We're open Wednesday through Sunday.
Okay.
From 11 to 4:30, and this will be available every day that we're open. You don't have to make a special reservation. You can walk right in and tell them that you would like the Heritage Zinfandel experience, and it does come with this full flight of Zinfandels and the flatbread that has the 4 different sections.
Okay, if you are looking for a last-minute belated gift for someone, give them a wine date day and go experience this in Plymouth. This looks so delightful. The last flatbread I got to try, Chef, was so good.
Thank you so much.
And I'm going to be diving into this too, I think, coming up.
Right.
All right, remember, it is Andis Wines. We're going to have all the information linked up to our website, gooddaysacramento.com. Thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate you
Thanks
making the
for
drive
having
down
us.
from Amador
Thank you very
County.
much.
Happy New Year.
All right, Happy New Year.
Thanks, Dina.